Hey guys, I just want to talk about the research project really quick and its components. So before we get into the instructions and all, this week's module has this really good PowerPoint that I use for my 1301 classes, and it's about arguments. And it covers, what we do when we argue, what you're supposed to include in an argument essay, because your essay, right, it's not just going to be about your major, it's not just going to be everything about the topic. It's, you're going to argue something about your topic. You these past two essays, you've been arguing a position regarding your interpretation of a poem and a short story, right? So for this essay, you're going to argue something about a topic regarding your major. So all this stuff in this arguments PowerPoint, it's really, really good information. Again, I use it for my 1301 classes, and I think you can really extract a lot of good stuff from here. So go ahead and check out the arguments PowerPoint when you have a chance. This thesis statements PowerPoint is good too, because as I've been checking your essays and grading them these past couple weeks, some people are still having issues with developing a strong thesis statement. So make sure you check this out too, because there's a lot of really good information here. Okay. So that's foundational stuff. Now, the final research essay, the instructions, again, it's due on the 9th, which is next Friday. And, well, you know what, we'll talk about the due date right now in a bit. But first and foremost, the instructions here for your final essay will identify an issue in your major or the field you want to work in someday. You will then establish an argument and support the argument with research and relevant evidence. The issue should be debatable and have at least two sides to it, right? In addition, the issue should have some social context, meaning it should affect a group of people, not just yourself. For example, if you're majoring in graphic design or English, or, writing, an issue could be AI taking over these fields. It's a big issue, definitely. An argument that can be derived from this issue is, should design generated by AI be considered original? Or if you're majoring in psychology, a current issue is people advocating in favor of psychedelics to treat depression. An argument would be, should psychologists prescribe psychedelics to treat depression? Your essay should take a stance, right? Take a position and support the argument throughout. You also need to incorporate at least 5 sources to support your argument. You know what? This is 4. This should be 4. I'll change this right now. I know what you guys are here, because I have 4 at the bottom. So include 4 sources to support your argument. Cite in MLA style like we've been citing, right? So you must address the following. You should have an introduction. This is just an outline, right? You guys have been doing pretty good with your essays, and you know how to structure an essay. The whole, all that stuff is, for the most part, pretty good. But just in case you need a refresher, this is a quick outline of, how your essay should be structured, okay? Before you begin writing your essay, you will first turn in a topic proposal that must be approved by me. That was due last night, and I'm going to grade those by today. That way you guys know if your topic is approved. Okay? Essay should be at least 4 to 5 pages, double spaced. You also provide at least 4 outside sources. And then this just mentions that you're gonna need to turn in the topic proposal, an outline, an annotated bibliography, presentation, and the final essay, right? So this is just the final essay, which is the big, the big chunk of this final project. Remember, though, you need to argue a position about your field, so whatever it is you're going to get your degree in, right? Now, you may be like, well, I'm not sure of my major yet. If you're not sure of your major yet, I would suggest picking a field that interests you. Maybe you're unsure of. Maybe you're like, I don't know if I want to get into that, but it's a possibility. Then, write something about that. Again, you don't have to have your major, you don't have to be 100% sure on this is what I'm going to do forever, but something that interests you, at least in, an area, a specific area, whether it be, if you want to be an educator, or if you want to work in the medical field, if you want to do something with technology, you want to be a business owner. There are so many fields to choose from. So if you're unsure of your major, just choose something that interests you. Okay. So those are the instructions for the final essay, 100 points. Remember, as with the past 2 essays, there's a rubric here, and the rubric breaks down the criteria. If you're writing, establishes an argument, do you have documentation, all that stuff. So make sure you check this out and just make sure that everything that's in here is in your essay, okay? Or everything that I'm looking for is in your essay. So your topic proposals, as I mentioned, those will be graded today. Everybody, I think pretty much all of you got it in. So your proposals all submitted. The next thing is an outline, right? The outline is due on Sunday. So here is, excuse me, a breakdown of the outline. Remember this from high school, guys, breaking down your essay. And really what the outline is supposed to do is it's supposed to help you with organization, okay? So your introduction sentence to get the attention of your readers, right? You need a hook and your one sentence thesis statement. This is all you're going to need for your introduction. Then for your body, what's going to be your first main idea? Supporting evidence, second main idea, and then your third main idea. So supporting evidence for the first idea, there's 3 here. You don't need to include 3. You can include, I would say, at least 2, right? Some supporting evidence, 2 things, maybe. If you can you can probably get away with 1 per paragraph. It depends to how many paragraphs you're going to have, right? Usually we follow the 5-paragraph structure for any essay, meaning you don't just have to have 5 paragraphs, but at least 5 paragraphs, right? This essay is a little longer. You're going to have way more than 5 paragraphs, but for each paragraph, right, you should have some supporting evidence, right, for whatever it is you're trying to discuss in that paragraph regarding your argument. Your conclusion, restate your thesis statement, insightful sentence, and your essay. I know you guys, have just started working on this, so really for the outline, just have at least something there, right? At least a quick breakdown of your essay. You don't need to fill out every single space. Just have something at least, okay? I'm really not going to grade this super tough. I just want to make sure that you guys are on the right track regarding how you're going to organize your essay, or at least have an idea, right? You may or may not have 3 main ideas, and you may have more than 3 paragraphs. Remember that this is just a rough outline, so things will probably change as you draft your essay, right? It is all right if you don't include all supporting evidence for your main ideas. Include what you can, like I just said. So anything is good. Better than just like, oh, well, I don't have an outline yet, right? And this may change. This may change definitely as you're drafting your essays. It probably will change. So just make sure that you get started, though, as soon as possible. So this is due Sunday, 25 points. Okay, we covered the essay instructions, the essay outline, the proposal you guys already turned in. Now, next week, there's a lot of really good information here too. An opposition rebuttal, which you're going to need to include in your essay, an opposing argument. Basically, that should be towards the end of your essay, probably the 1 or 2 paragraphs before your conclusion. You should include an opposition paragraph, meaning, let's say you're arguing for, you're in this, you're a psychology major, and you're arguing for the use of psychedelics to treat depression. There's going to be an opposition to that, right? People who say, no, you shouldn't use psychedelics to treat depression. That's wrong. So what this does, this handout, is it breaks down how to write a counter argument paragraph, an opposition rebuttal paragraph. So make sure you check that out. You include that in your essay. Okay, that's in the rubric too. Do you include an opposition and rebuttal paragraph? Make sure you include it's just a quick paragraph. You don't have to write any more than that. Just one quick paragraph towards the end of your essay, probably the one or two paragraphs before your conclusion, and then offer a rebuttal, and that's it. Okay. Now your annotated bibliography is going to be due in 5 days, Tuesday. So I know this is all back to back, a lot of work, but it's a short class, guys, 5 weeks only. So, yeah, it may seem like a lot at one time, but I mean, I wish we had more time. We really don't. But the purpose of an annotated bibliography is to demonstrate that you have done valid research and thought critically about the sources you will be using in your research paper. An annotated bibliography also demonstrates that you have read and understand your sources, right? So thus, your annotated bibliography will consist of four. I'm sorry, let me just change this. 4 entries. An entry is basically a citation with a 4 to 5 sentence paragraph below it. Follow these steps when writing each entry. So first, what you're going to do is you're going to cite your source, right? Then you're going to write a short paragraph summarizing the source, telling, the author's argument, and then evaluating the source. Are there biases and inconsistencies? So say, yeah, this is a good source, but they use a lot of technical terms, a lot of jargon, so it's kind of hard to follow, right? And then just basically break it down. I will post in the next day or so an example of an annotated bibliography, okay? So this is worth 50 points. And that's due on Tuesday, okay? So your final presentation, we're not going to cover all this. I only have about 3 minutes left for this video. But this presentation it's not going to be a big thing, guys. It's just going to be you talking about or coming up with a PowerPoint, right? Getting the slides, pretend you're in class and you're going to present in front of your classmates, and you're going to come up with a PowerPoint, and you're going to discuss it, right? So the goal of the presentation is to research what your major and career are really about. The presentation should contain at least 2 slides about your major and at least 3 slides about your actual career. These slides should contain detailed information and address the questions below. Okay, so what's your major? How many credit hours do you need to complete a degree? What kind of classes will you take? And the career, what's your official job title, job duties, etc., etc. So presentations will be 5 to 8 minutes long. Okay, 5 minutes. If you only have 5 minutes or are only able to do 5 minutes, that's fine. Okay, no more than 8 minutes. Presentations can be uploaded to a YouTube account and posted as a link in the text box or uploaded as an attached video file. That's really up to you. And do not just upload a voice recording. You should be visible, okay, in your presentation video along with your PowerPoint slides. And I linked here a pretty cool video. I'm sure most of you know how to do this already and you've done it for other classes. But if you don't know how to do any of this and you're like me, who has issues with technology all the time, this video covers a lot of the basics on how to include yourself in a video when you're discussing or presenting on a PowerPoint. Okay, really good stuff. So 5 to 8 minutes long. This is due next Wednesday. Okay, and it's worth 100 points. So just make sure you get this presentation in, guys. I know a lot of people do everything in the research project, but then they're like, I don't want to do the video. I don't want to come out, and it's 100 points. That will bring down if you don't turn this in, a whole letter grade. It will bring down your grade, okay? So that's pretty much it for the final project, guys. If you have any questions, please contact me. Your second essays should be graded by this weekend, Monday latest, but your proposals, make sure you're checking Blackboard because I will grade those by tonight. So your proposals will be graded by tonight, and if I don't approve of your topic, I will leave some comments. I will leave comments letting you know, hey, this is how you can modify it so that it can be approved of. So again, any questions that you may have, please email me regarding the final, the annotated bibliography, the presentation, all that stuff. I'm open and ready to meet with you guys if you have any questions. Okay, so I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good one.